Dear students of class 9th, as you know, in our previous video lecture, our topic was making of the Indian Constitution. Today, our topic is guiding values of the Indian Constitution. Dear students, as you know, just as a book has a preface, so has every constitution a preamble which shows what exactly the Constitution aims at. The preamble to the Indian Constitution lays emphasis on the following ideals. First, justice, that is social, economic and political. There should be social justice, there should be economic justice, there should be political justice with the citizens of India or the country. Second, liberty, azadi, muktari, liberty of thought, liberty of expression, liberty of belief, liberty of faith and liberty of worship. So a person, a citizen of the country should be free, whatever he wants to think, whatever he thinks, and he should be free to express his views. There should be liberty of expression, and he should have freedom of belief. He should have liberty of belief. Whatever he believes in, he should be free to believe in. There should be no interference. There should be no pressure. Liberty of faith. Whatever the religion he believes in, whatever the religion he practices, whatever the religious beliefs he has, there should be no interference with that as well. And worship. There should be liberty of worship as well. Then third one is equality. Equality of stats and of opportunity. And to promote among them all, there should be every citizen of the country, every citizen of India should be treated equally. They should be considered as equal. And fourth one is fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. The dignity of every citizen of the country should be maintained. It is the aspect on which the preamble of the Constitution of India emphasizes, that is fraternity. It should assure the dignity of the individual. Every citizen of the country, there should be the individual dignity should be maintained, and the unity of the nation, and the country should be united. Efforts should be made to unite the country, to keep the country united. So this is the guiding values of the Indian Constitution, which are emphasized in the preamble of the Constitution. So they are justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. After that, we have one more concept, that is philosophy of the Constitution. Dear students, as you know, values that inspired and guided the freedom struggle and were in turn nurtured by it formed the foundation of our India's democracy. These values are embedded in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. They guide all the articles. of the Indian Constitution. So, the Constitution begins with a short statement. As we already discussed, of its basic values. This is called the preamble to the Constitution. Taking inspiration from American model, most countries in the contemporary world have chosen to begin their constitution with a preamble. And you know, dear students, our constitution has also the preamble. So let's read the preamble of our constitution very carefully and understand the meaning of each of its keywords. The preamble of the Constitution reads like a poem on democracy. It contains the philosophy on which the entire Constitution has been built. It provides a standard to examine and evaluate any law and action of the government to find out whether it is good or bad. It is the soul of the Indian Constitution. Dear students, let's read the preamble of the Constitution, which is as we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, as we already discussed, the guiding values of the Indian Constitution, in which we discussed these points. Once again, we are reading the preamble of the Constitution. Justice, that is social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief and faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give ourselves this Constitution. So it was adopted on this date, and this in 1949. So there are some important points which are mentioned in this preamble. Let's see them. First is, we the people of India. What does it mean? The Constitution has been drawn up and enacted by the people through their representatives and not handed down to them by a king or any outside power. So this Constitution has been framed by the representatives of the public. First point is, we the people here means all the citizens of the country. Second, sovereign. People have supreme right to make decisions on internal as well as external matters. No external power can dictate the government of India. So it's the people of the India, it's the citizens of the India who have to decide, who have the right to decide, who have the right to decide about their country, about the policies that are to be made in the country for the development of the people of the country. Third important point that we saw here in this preamble of the Constitution, that is socialist. Wealth is generated socially and should be shared equally by society. Government should regulate the ownership of land and industry to reduce socio-economic inequalities. Next point is secular. Citizens have complete freedom to follow any religion. Secular here means citizens have complete freedom to follow any religion, but there is no official religion. Government treats all religious beliefs and practices with equal respect. So there is no official religion of the country. Every citizen of the country is free to follow any religion, whatever he wishes, whichever he wishes. Democratic, the important word comes here, democratic. A form of government where people enjoy equal political rights, elect their rulers and hold them accountable. The government is run according to some basic rules. So democratic means it's the government of the people. People choose their representatives if it is a representative form of government. Next word is republic. So we saw in the preamble it is democratic republic, and here we saw what democratic here means, and now we have the word republic. The head of the state is an elected person and not a hereditary position. The head of the state should be an elected person. Justice. Citizens cannot be discriminated on the grounds of caste, religion, and gender. Social inequalities have to be reduced. Government should work for the welfare of all, especially of the disadvantaged groups. So justice. Citizens should be treated equally. There should be no discrimination on the basis of caste, color, sex, creed, region, religion, etc. So they should be treated equally, and government should work for the welfare of all the citizens of the country. Then we have the next point, next important aspect of this Constitution, or we can say emphasized in the preamble of the Constitution, that is liberty. There are no unreasonable restrictions on the citizens in what they think, how they wish to express their thoughts, and the way they wish to follow up their thoughts in action. So there should be no restrictions at all on the thoughts, expressions, and the wishes the citizens of the country wish to follow. They should be allowed. They should be free to follow whatever they wish, whatever they want to practice, whatever they think. There should be freedom for them. And next important aspect is that this is equality. All are equal before the law. Every citizen of the country is equal before the law. The traditional social inequalities have to be ended. Traditionally, there were some social inequalities in the country, and they are to be ended. They are to be eradicated. The government should ensure equal opportunity for all, and there should be equal opportunity for all in all respects. In all respects. Then we have next, that's fraternity. All of us should behave as we are members of same family. So there are certain duties of the citizens as well. So citizens of the country should work, should spare themselves for the development of the country, for the welfare of the country, for the union of the country. So all of us should behave. We should work, we should behave as we are members of the same family, in such a way that we are belonging to a same family. No one should treat a fellow citizen as inferior. There should be no such thinking, no such activity, no such action in which one treats another person as inferior, or one thinks himself to be a superior than the other. So these are important points. These are, we can say, this is the philosophy of the Constitution of India. We just pointed out some of the important points, and we discussed them briefly. Dear students, hope that you might have understood this, and I hope you will remember this. Thank you very much.